All right. Take care, Kenny. All right. Let's bring the next person. Let's bring the next person. All right, Muji, spotlight on you now. Says spotlight on you. Okay. So it's my delight also to bring one of our mentors. Muji is in the house. So the normal drill, I'll just quickly run down through the job itself, the role, what is required. Then we'll just jump in real quick. Okay. Let's see. All right. So for this particular role, it is okay, this is Moji, is this you? Data analytics? Is that right? Is that you?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Okay. All right. So, all right, let's get to Moji real quick. Okay. Excellent. All right. So let me just quickly talk about the role, what I think it's all about. Now, this is a little bit one thing I don't discourage my team at all. If you believe in something, hey, I'm your fan. I will align with your belief and we just work on it together. All right. We don't play games small here. I just follow your belief and I'll do it. So we'll make it work. If you believe it, who am I to doubt it or second guess it? I'm not gonna do that. Okay. My first instinct was, ooh, all right, this is one of my crazy people that are out of their mind in a good way. She's applying for manager role, analytics, and all the good stuff. So highly commendable. Now, what would this job entail? It requires some element of data science, right? So when we talk about data science, and ladies and gentlemen, don't overstress, it's not a big deal. It's just saying, okay, now we would have some element of potentially feeding out of other sources. We might have machine learning involved, AI involved, huge big data involved. We might have ERPs, in this case, SAP involved. And because it's a utility company, in this case, there will be applicable regulation like next SIP potentially, right? They would have to do work around internal control assessment. So there will be continuous review and consistent oversight on your security controls all the time. In this case, you have to think about efficient ways of providing audits. In this case, they talk about data extraction script. Now, ladies and gentlemen, gone are the days we would worry too much about a script. To be honest, most of those scripts, you just run them, they are really automated. So it's not really complex. If that is what is required to do certain tasks, you're not the one writing the script from scratch most of the time. And even if you have to do that, I'm sure that's not part of the core role from what I saw here. Okay. They have a lot of emphasis on data. It's collaborative, the role itself. They want somebody to have some knowledge of Tableau and ACL, audit command language. SQL, SQL is simpler than, basic SQL. SQL is just structural query language, right? Select statements, right? So select star from employee name table. So it will just pull all the employee name. I might say select employee name making less than $50,000. So you can prompt the query now. That world is even reduced now. The prompting I was doing with SQL then, ChatGPT is doing it with basic English language now, right? So it's even way better, I think. So it's not really a complex thing. But anyway, that's the summary of the role. Moji, from what I saw, my summary of the role, looking at it, of course, they want someone with data science experience and background, blah, blah, blah. So that one is straightforward. But let's talk about the some of the things I felt we should just put in consideration in general. You have to be able to tell me how what you are doing right now applies to using some data analytics in auditing or in security controls. So you need to have some knowledge of potentially SQL, Python, and Tableau at the minimum. Okay. So just want to throw that out there. So that is something that they requested for. All right. Past project that I thought we can use to kind of play around this is you could talk about a system that helps to reduce vulnerability within your organization. And as a result of what you build in terms of your analysis, it reduced vulnerabilities by, let's say, 25%, or let's say 8%, 10%, whatever the number is, right? Another qualitative one is just to say how your enhancement of the audit approach using analytics has helped to improve the overall landscape of the way you track risk. Let me give an example. If you tell me that all of us do all this risk assessment, we do risk tracking, like the previous interview, we had risk register. So, for example, you can tell me you develop a dashboard to summarize the risk register information. That is an immediate success, really, because what you did is just made it easy for management to make decision. So instead of manually tracking it, I created a dashboard using Tableau to track our risk register. That is amazing for leadership. Leadership likes that in general, right? So that's easy one. All right, just wanted to sneak that in there. And do you have questions for me? Definitely, you have to talk around, our data science team within the organization, how their broader analytics helps their audit approach in general within the business, because that seems to be what they are looking for. Then what's their culture in general in terms of innovation and continuous monitoring of the risk within the organization itself. So those are the things I feel we should put some emphasis in general. Let me pause if you have questions. Okay.
No,
All right. Cool. Cool. Okay. So this is your show now. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't mind, please let's start bombarding Sheung because we're going to get her on the spotlight now. So let's
I'm not
start
sure.
putting questions. Go ahead.
I'm not sure. I'm with you.
Okay. In a few minutes, so I'm just throwing it to everybody. Please start posting questions for